To everyone who hates when I win, people still line up to see her. That at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Welcome back to Pop Flash. And wow, things just got messy at Rachel Zegler's fan event. According to Rumours, she got booed. Yes, booed, in front of a live crowd. A viral TikTok allegedly shows the awkward moment. Cold claps, blank faces, and pure tension. And fans say this wasn't random. The backlash? It started before she even hit the stage.
If it's 18 hours, I want 18 hours of pay. I'm sure she got underpaid as a Disney lead actress. They've been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now, and how they had her tweet out like a little, "Yay, Snow White, can't wait, so excited, I love to play her."
Whispers claim people were already upset over her past interviews. Some even predicted things would go wrong. So what really happened? Was she booed off stage? Or is Disney trying to cover up a disaster? Let's break it all down. A shaky 12-second video hit TikTok hours after the event. And according to Rumours, Disney did not want it going viral. No cheers, no screams, just light, awkward clapping, and a crowd that looked bored stiff. People in the comments were quick to notice. Why does it feel like the crowd didn't even want her there? One user wrote. Another claimed, "I was in the audience. It was weirdly quiet when she walked out." And that's when the theories exploded. Was this just a quiet crowd? Or were they actually booing her under the surface? Some say there was a subtle boo. Hard to hear, but definitely there. Others argue the silence was louder than any insult.
People have real problems and no one gives a sh. So she just encapsulates everything that most of us cannot stand about modern day feminism and the left in general.
According to Rumours, Disney's PR team tried flagging the clip for removal, but it had already been re-uploaded dozens of times by fans and gossip pages. The silence spoke volumes. And now, everyone wants to know what really happened and why no one cheered. But this was only the beginning, because behind that clip is a much deeper story. According to Rumours, this wasn't just about the event. The truth? Fans were already fed up before Rachel even walked in. Online threads from weeks before the event were filled with complaints. From Reddit to X, people were calling her interviews out of touch, condescending, and even anti-fan. One post read, "She doesn't even like the original Snow White, so why should we pretend to like her?" Another went viral with the caption, "She insults the movie, the character, and the fans, then expects applause." Some fans even made signs, according to Rumours. One reportedly read, "Not my princess." Another, "We wanted magic, not lectures." And those signs allegedly spotted at the very event where Rachel was booed. So was this really about one awkward moment? Or is it part of a bigger pattern? Fans say they feel ignored, disrespected, like the voice of the audience doesn't matter anymore. And for many, this event felt like the breaking point. Here's where things get even more interesting. According to Rumours, body language experts, and plenty of fans, claim Rachel Zegler sensed the rejection the moment she stepped on stage. She wasn't smiling the way she usually does. Her posture, stiff, guarded, uncomfortable. One fan posted, "She looked nervous, like she was forcing every word. It didn't feel natural." Another wrote, "She knew the crowd wasn't on her side. You could see it in her eyes. And when she spoke, there were awkward pauses, forced laughs, moments where she looked like she was searching for approval that just wasn't there." According to Rumours, a clip surfaced of her adjusting the mic with shaky hands, and fans instantly dissected it like a scene from a movie. Was it just stage fright? Or did she already know the boos? Or worse, the silence what were coming? And if she could feel it, so could Disney. Because what happened next allegedly sent her entire PR team into damage control mode. Within hours of the event, the narrative started to shift. According to Rumours, Disney's PR team was in full-blown crisis mode. Multiple fan accounts claimed reps were backstage scrambling, whispering, pacing, even pulling Zegler aside mid-event. And yet, just one day later, an official statement hit the press. There were no boos. The event was a success. Really? Because fans who were actually there are telling a very different story. One attendee wrote on Reddit, "I don't know what they're trying to spin. I was in that crowd. People weren't clapping, they were frowning. Another commented, boos, maybe not loud ones, but the energy, brutal.
If she got paid for 17 instead of 18 on her multi-million-dollar salary, which is not calculated by the hour.
According to Rumours, Disney even contacted influencers who posted about the moment, asking them to tone it down or delete their content altogether. But it was too late. The footage was out. The reactions were viral, and the denial only made things worse. Viewers began to wonder, if nothing happened, why work so hard to erase it? If Disney thought they could brush it off, they were dead wrong. Because the fans, they fought back. Loud, online, and unapologetic. According to Rumours, dozens of posts started popping up from people who attended the event. Some shared blurry photos of protest signs. Others posted short clips from different angles, showing just how quiet the room truly was. And one TikTok, now sitting at over 2 million views, says it all. The caption reads, "This was supposed to be her big moment." Another fan uploaded a 10-second reaction clip with the title, "Anti-Princess Energy Activated." It shows a group in the crowd shaking their heads and looking visibly unimpressed. According to Rumours, at least 2 hecklers were escorted out by event security. They allegedly held signs referencing her past comments and weren't afraid to make noise about it. One sign read, "Disney ruined our childhood. Zegler just lit the match." That same night, hashtags started trending on X, "Not my Snow White Zegler backlash Disney disaster." And suddenly, this wasn't just about one actress. It became a movement, a moment of audience rejection so strong, it couldn't be ignored any longer. According to Rumours, things got uglier than Disney wants you to believe. Yes, hecklers were allegedly escorted out. But what really happened behind the curtain? Sources say security was called in twice during Rachel Zegler's segment, once when a group of fans reportedly stood up and turned their backs during her speech, and again, when someone shouted something that made the entire panel freeze for a moment. No footage of that second moment has surfaced, not yet. But according to an alleged staffer's anonymous post, it got tense. They claimed there was a lot of whispering in earpieces. Security was on edge. You could tell something was wrong. Even stranger, multiple attendees said that right after the hecklers were removed, event music suddenly played, drowning out the crowd and cutting off the Q&A segment early. A coincidence? Or a calculated move to avoid more backlash? According to Rumours, Disney quickly pulled several live streams from the platform hosting the event and replaced them with heavily edited replays. Fans noticed scenes missing, awkward cuts, moments that had vanished, and people started asking, what exactly were they trying to erase? If you watched the panel, you might have noticed something strange. Where were her co-stars? Because according to Rumours, some of them were suspiciously distant. One allegedly skipped the event entirely, no explanation. Another showed up late and barely made eye contact with Zegler on stage. A viral clip shows Rachel turning toward her castmate for support during the Q&A, only to get a nod and a forced smile. Fans picked up on it immediately. One post read, "She looked around for backup, and nobody had her back." Another comment said, "You could cut the tension with a knife." Even her co-stars didn't want to be associated. According to Rumours, one insider claims the cast was advised to limit interactions due to the ongoing backlash online. Limit interactions at a fan event for a movie they're promoting together? The silence said everything. And behind that silence, maybe something deeper. Resentment, disagreement, or just plain discomfort with how Rachel's handled the spotlight. Because when the cameras rolled, it wasn't just the audience turning cold. According to Rumours, the fallout from the fan event hit Disney like a slap in the face. Executives weren't just surprised, they were horrified. Insiders say top brass had expected the event to be Rachel Zegler's redemption arc, a chance to rebuild her image, win back the fans, shift the narrative. Instead, they got awkward silences, viral backlash, and a PR nightmare that refused to die down. One source reportedly claimed they were watching the live stream in real time, and you could hear people groaning in the conference room. Another alleged leak said executives were furious that the situation wasn't contained faster. According to Rumours, some are now questioning whether Zegler should have even been there in the first place, considering the PR risk they already knew she posed. And behind closed doors, there's reportedly been emergency meetings, panicked calls to marketing teams, even conversations about re-editing promotional materials to focus less on Rachel and more on the ensemble. Yes, according to whispers from inside, they're scrambling to minimize damage ahead of the film's release. And the big question now, is it too late? Because when Disney execs start panicking, you know things are bad. After the boos, the awkward silences, the social media storm, everyone started asking the same question. Is Rachel Zegler's Disney career over? According to Rumours, multiple insiders now believe she may be quietly pulled from all future press tours. One alleged studio leak claimed there are serious talks about sidelining her. The backlash isn't worth the risk anymore. Another source said Zegler was visibly upset after the event and left through a separate exit to avoid cameras. She hasn't posted publicly about the fan event since. No tweets, no thank you posts, no behind-the-scenes selfies, just silence. And for someone who's been in headlines almost daily for months, that silence is loud. According to Rumours, her team is now reviewing upcoming commitments, and there's even buzz that Disney may reassign her appearances to other cast members. Why? Because the backlash has gone beyond just Snow White. It's now following Zegler everywhere, from red carpets to fan pages to the comment sections of unrelated trailers. And if audiences are already this vocal before the movie hits theaters, executives are reportedly worried things could explode even further once reviews start rolling in. Rachel Zegler was once seen as a rising star, a new Disney icon, a bold new face for a new kind of fairy tale. But now, according to insiders, she may be one press event away from being quietly erased from Disney's spotlight altogether. The second that fan event footage leaked online, the internet exploded. On TikTok, a clip of Rachel's awkward speech hit 1 million views within hours. The comment section? A war zone. Some users cheered the crowd's reaction, saying things like, "She got what she deserved. Disney picked the wrong princess," but others pushed back hard. "She's being bullied," one post read. "This is just another case of people dragging a woman down for no reason." According to Rumours, Disney's digital team is closely monitoring the viral trends, and they're not liking what they see. Because the online divide isn't just about Zegler, it's turning into something bigger. Creators are making full-length breakdowns of her past interviews, others are comparing her to past Disney icons, saying she lacks the grace of the originals, and some are even accusing the studio of weaponizing diversity while abandoning the actual story. Meanwhile, Rachel's defenders are growing louder too. They're calling the backlash orchestrated, misogynistic, and completely blown out of proportion. One viral thread argued, "She's facing all this hate for telling the truth about outdated fairy tales. That says more about the audience than her." According to Rumours, the debate has even spilled into Disney forums, press groups, and internal message boards. One employee allegedly wrote, "This project is tearing people apart, internally and externally." And as the online clash rages on, the damage to Rachel's reputation, to the film's momentum, to Disney's brand, just keeps piling up. Behind the scenes, Disney is scrambling. According to Rumours, the fan event disaster triggered a company-wide emergency response. And yes, that includes late-night calls, PR fire drills, and urgent damage control meetings. One insider reportedly said, "They're treating this like a crisis because it is." The first move? Silence Rachel. Rumours say she was advised to go quiet online. No statements, no interviews, no reactive posts. The idea is to let the controversy cool down before it spirals further out of control. The second move? Reframe the narrative. According to whispers from inside marketing, the new plan is to shift focus away from Rachel Zegler and instead push the supporting cast in all upcoming trailers and ads. More group shots, less Zegler-centric close-ups, and possibly a complete re-edit of upcoming promotional clips. One report even claimed Disney might soft launch a new, unofficial face of the film. Someone safer, someone less controversial, someone who won't get booed at fan events. And third, reevaluate the release strategy. Yes, Rumours say Disney is now considering pushing back the press tour, limiting Rachel's involvement, and possibly even reducing live fan interactions altogether. Why? Because they're terrified of this happening again, or worse. According to a leaked internal email, allegedly shared on Reddit, Disney's top priority now is to protect the brand and minimize risk. Protect the brand, not the star. It's clear, the fairy tale launch Disney had planned, it's now a full-blown reputation rescue mission. And the scary part, according to Rumours, this might only be the beginning. After everything that's happened, the fan event, the backlash, the online drama, the emergency meetings, one question remains. Can this be fixed? According to insiders, the answer isn't so simple. The damage to Rachel Zegler's reputation, it's not just about one awkward fan event anymore. It's about a series of missteps, a growing online divide, and of course, the perception that Disney mishandled it all from the start. Fans are divided, sure, but some have already written off the film entirely, The damage, they say, is done. And here's the kicker. Insiders are whispering that even if Disney decides to pull Zegler from future press tours or rebrand the film with a new focus, the bad press has already affected ticket sales. According to reports, some pre-release tracking numbers have shown a drop in interest, especially among the key demo that typically shows up for Disney's big releases. One anonymous source reportedly told a film industry site, "Fans are turned off. The Snow White remake is already being labeled toxic by some." It's hard to shake the feeling that this wasn't just an isolated incident, it's part of a larger cultural shift, where studios are finding themselves caught between appealing to audiences and appeasing the loudest voices online. So, what happens now? Will Disney salvage the project? Will Rachel Zegler ever get her redemption? Or has the Snow White remake become another cautionary tale for the industry? One thing is for sure, the fallout isn't over yet. In fact, it's only just begun.